We have student 2 who is doing 78 divided by 3, and she has interesting work, and we want to try to understand where all these calculations are coming from. And I believe very strongly that she is looking in her mind about base blocks, using base blocks. And so I wanted to show you here how she possibly is thinking about this. Now, this is sharing equally view of division, but for the limited resources that I have for the screen, I'm just going to put one container down, and we'll see how one container is being filled, and from there we understand how all three are being filled. Of course, they're all being filled equally. So let's look at this first. She has 78 divided by 3, so I have 70 and 8. And so the first thing we see her work doing is 20 plus 20 plus 20. Now what's significant here is that she has 3 20s that are being added together. And so what I see is that she's seeing that she can take out 3 groups of 2 longs each. And each group goes into one of the containers. So there's her 20 plus 20 plus 20 is 16. Now the 8 divided by 3 is looking at the 8 singles and seeing that there are 2 groups of 3 each and 2 left over. That's her 2 remainder 2. And so what that says is she's dealing out one single to each group. So 1, 1, and 1. So that puts 1 single there. And then she does it again with those 3. So she puts in another single there. So that takes care of the 8 divided by 3. And we also saw the remainder of 2, which she leaves alone right now. The next step is 10 divided by 3, and I believe she's looking at that long that's left over, and she said, okay, if I break it up into groups, there's 3, there's 3, there's 3, and there's a 1, so you see her result of 3, remainder 1. So she sees there are 3 groups of 3, with 1 remainder. So from each one of these groups, she deals, it's like one of those, she deals 1 single to each container. So for the first one, here's a single. For the next one, there's a single. For the next one, there's a single. And then she says, okay, so that takes care of all of the longs with that remainder, all of the singles with those remainders. In her next step, 2 plus 1 is 3. She's looking at these 2 remainders plus that remainder and forming a new group of 3. And she says 3 divided by 3 is 1, so she's putting in 1 single into each of the boxes. And so now she's accounted for every single block in the base block set, and so she sees the answer is 20 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the answer is 26 blocks in each container.